I heard some of the worst advice the other day that I think we all kind of, by nature, follow. It was involving a conflict in a relationship. And this professional used a quote. And this has been, prostituted a bajillion times by a billion different people. But the only person that can make you feel bad about yourself is you. And what they were trying to relay to this individual who was in a toxic relationship was that somehow, some way, the fact that they were feeling bad and poorly about themselves, and that this person was being a manipulative creep, sort of their fault that they were feeling bad. And I thought to myself, this is like the worst professional advice I've ever heard. And so it really made me think about people that have treated me poorly in my life and how I choose to interpret it. On one hand, the logical side tells me, yeah, I can choose to agree with that. I can choose to listen to it. I can choose to absorb that or to filter my life through it. Yeah, that is my choice. But the act itself is a perpetration against me, as it was this person. And that is beyond our mental capacity to control. The act of someone putting you down, the act of someone making you feel less than you are, the act of someone just asserting themselves in your life where they have dominance and control, or they feel like they can be more powerful, or that they've got an opinion about what you do or how you do it, and that it's the most important thing to you. That's why they share it. Those things are out of your control. So how do you deal with that? Well, the reality is deep therapy, probably in a big way. But really, at the end of the day, I think you have to ask yourself, how do I take what people give me in terms of feedback or input, or when someone feels comfortable enough to give me their thoughts about what I'm doing and what I'm doing right or what I'm doing wrong. In most cases, we absorb the negative criticism of ourselves far more than we do the positive, which is weird, right? You'd really want to hang your hat on the positive, and you'd think that would be like the stuff that would give you the empowerment. But we don't use that. We leverage the negative in a way, I don't know. It's just weird, right? This advice where somehow, in this instance, I'll put myself in the shoes of this potential other person. You are to blame, Steve, for letting this person be a piece of crap to you and be abusive and try and put you down and hold you down. I don't buy it. We can't control other people. They can't control us. But we certainly have a deep-seated desire to control our response to said circumstances. And I agree to a certain element about what this person was giving in terms of coaching, counseling advice, which is you're the only person that can change this situation. Not, because you said I'm an asshole, I am not going to feel bad about myself. Or because you tell me I'm an untalented hack, not going to feel bad about myself. It just doesn't work that way. Those things hurt. It's like a vinyl record and somebody's scratching it. Now every time you come across it, it's those things come up. And so for this individual to say, hey, look, you're the only one that can, basically decide whether this person has that power over you. It's really not true. The power has already been exuded. It's the damage and the aftermath, the collateral damage that we deal with regards to how we perceive these things. And I just don't think that you get away from that by wishing it away. Like, I'm going to have more power, and I'm just not going to worry about that. So I don't really have advice here necessarily, other than I think that person was really wrong in sort of dismissing this act that had been perpetrated against this person. I know from my own personal experiences, when I've actually met that situation where somebody says something or does something that really, really hits right here, it hurts. I do have the ability to decide how much emphasis that I plan to put on that. Like, for example, I have some people whose opinions I really just don't care about. And so whether they criticize me or what they say or do, to try and put me down or to hold me down really doesn't hold any power. But those people that really do, I trust that relationship, I value that relationship, or I'm engaged in that relationship in such a way that, when they say something negative, it really hurts. You can't just wish that away. You can't just dismiss it. Those things cause damage. Those things cause permanent damage in some respects and really compromise our confidence. That's the thing that you need to get yourself right with, right? You have to get a coach. You have to get into therapy to sort of unpack those things. And it doesn't just happen one time by talking about it. It's like, look, these are deep-seated grooves you made in my vinyl record, and that hurts. And so I know we all have these situations. We've all had these, people in our lives at various stages, whether it be a boss or a coach or a parent or a friend, a spouse, that have really caused some real damage to us. Not dealing with it is more painful than allowing the power of what was said to control you. Because the longevity of what happened and what occurred, it will stay with you. And in some respects, it will compromise you for the rest of your life. My point in making this video is we all deal with these things, even myself. I just had criticism 2 days ago. How we choose to deal with that, how we choose to go get our record repair kit and fill in the grooves and move on is really necessary and needed and important for us to think about and do. Because if we don't, the damage that they caused in the moment will be damage they cause for a lifetime. And that, my friend, is no bueno. So, school of thought on this very, I'm sure, controversial topic. Would love to hear what you have to say about it. Comment below, share, like, smash that like button if you like what I have to say here. Smash it even if you don't. I'd appreciate it. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. Until next time, my friends, go out there, make a difference in the world, make a difference in someone's life. You will end up making a difference in your own life. And as always, ripple on. Oh, yeah, I got this little turn off button. I'm holding this thing. It's awesome. Do, 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 do.